Hey, everybody. Welcome back. I'm excited. I thought I was going to have to wait another week, but I've got the next two episodes of season 6 of Game of Thrones. Turns out Spinal Tap has a little bit more of a wait. So they went ahead and sent me the next disc, which was episodes 3 and 4. So that's what we're going to do, which I'm excited about because guess what? John's awake. So I'm anxious to see what's going to happen. I did go and look at what was happening with the whole speech with Danny. I'm going to start calling her Danny. I know you guys call her Danny. That's a lot easier to say than Daenerys. Although I did finally get that. But I did look up what was happening with Danny and saw that basically he was being dismissive of her and demeaning of her. And what changed his tune, because I said something changed, she said something, and I heard her say Drago a couple of times, or Drogo a couple of times, but basically he recognized her position, but also said she can't leave, that she's got to stay with his women or something like that. So I'm caught up on that. That's about it. I'm anxious to get into this. Otherwise, if I keep on rambling, I'm going to ramble about asking you all. I have a lot of men that watch. I was going to ask you all, what does it mean when the ex-boyfriend just keeps talking to you, email wise? But that's it. Like, he talks like he wants to visit, but he doesn't. Ex-boyfriends. Yeah, yeah. They're just pains, aren't they? She's on the she's on the side that nobody else is on. This is Smokey. Her sister had a wild hair about 30 minutes ago. It's 12:30 in the morning. I was late getting my medication taken because I got distracted by what was it the caller that kept calling? We had somebody that called 6 times in a row wanting to talk, and we kept telling them this isn't a talk line. We can get you to a talk line if that's what you want. So dealt with that. Then my power went off while I was dealing with one of our members who is a regular caller. I was transferring them to the voicemail of a staff member, and my power went out in the middle of that. So hopefully they got to the voicemail. But it was an off night. Forgot to take my medications, so they will take a little bit to kick in, but it's also getting to be about that time that my body is naturally getting tired, more tired than usual. So we'll have to see. They prefer that arm for some reason. But let's go ahead and get started. Go from there. I've already rambled all over the place a little too much, anyhow. I've given you guys too much information as it is. So let's go ahead and get into it. Plus, I got to get up early enough to get to the post office, which closes at noon, so that I can get my mom's picture, her painting I did for her in the mail. So, all right, let's go. So, this is episode 3. This is Oathbreaker. Davos. Oh, they don't know yet, so John hasn't walked out. Naked as a jaybird. Would they take the groin cloth off of him before he woke up? Oh, Davos is in the room. Ooh, the wolf has reddish eyes. Does he remember? Yep. Okay. What sorcery have you done to me?
What
She
do you
can't believe it
remember?
worked.
I shouldn't be here.
Little confusion.
The leader brought you
That's
back.
What did you see?
nothing.
Nothing. There was nothing at all.
So, does that mean that there's no afterlife in this world?
The Lord let you come back for a reason.
Or does that mean that there's no afterlife in this world? Or does it mean that he wasn't shown an afterlife because the Almighty, whoever that is, or whatever, or what's the plural of who, knew that he would be brought back and therefore did not show him the afterlife? So it still doesn't quite answer that question, but it's interesting that she's asking. Also because she's lost her faith a bit. And John doesn't know Stannis is dead, right? Was he killed before that?
I don't know how to do that. I thought I did, but
Especially for men that betray him. Kind of gotta like Davos showing himself to everybody.
I saw your pecker. God would have a pecker that small.
Gotta like him. The cat's looking at me funny.
Hold off on burning my body for now. That's funny.
I'm glad they can joke. I can't tell who that is. I'm trying to think who's. Oh, is that Theon's sister? Or is that Sam? That's Sam
Are you alright?
and Gilly. Okay. Yes.
Are you going to vomit again?
No.
Does he have anything left?
I'll stay in Old Town then.
By yourself? With a baby and no money?
So,
What did he
if we're
plan
not
for her
going
to
to Old
do?
Town, where are you taking me?
To my home,
Oh, okay.
Hornhill.
It's with his family, which is good. The baby's
I
loving it.
said that because I want you and little Sam to be safe. I do, but I don't really. Like, I'd feel better if you threw something at me and stormed off.
I'd never do that to the father of my son.
Aw. Is that a new bucket or the same one? Where are we at now? I don't know if I know who that is. Are we catching up with... Oh, Bran. Doesn't that dull your sword? Is there a secret?
Where's my sister? I wish you good fortune in the wars to come.
There's that line again. That's what the one commenter says all the time. So is it the guy that's supposed to be with Ned that's the best swordsman, or the man that he was just talking to that's the best swordsman? I take it the man he was just talking to. So he and Ned are the last ones standing.
Your father beat him.
Ned's putting up a good fight.
I know he did. Heard the story 1,000 times. What's in the tower?
That's enough
Ned's
for one
sister.
night. We'll visit again another time.
Father!
He heard Bran call.
I want to go back there.
I've told you many times. Stay too long where you don't belong. And
Didn't the fella say it's Ned's
Why do I
sister?
want to return? I don't want to be you.
I don't blame you.
Oh, uh, by the way, I said the guy looked familiar, and I figured out who it is. I looked on IMDb, and it's Max von Sydow. Sydow. I don't know how to pronounce his last name, but I've seen him in a ton of movies, I believe, mostly. I don't think there's been any TV shows, but that's where I know him from. Dothraki, the horses. Where are the horse statues at? Oh, they just passed through them. Okay. That's a nice little hut, yurt, whatever you want to call it. Is she like the old crone? Oh, they're going to brand her. Or they're not going to brand her? Is she pregnant? Oh, I do like the team that we've got going on here between Sorry Not Sorry and Tyrion.
How you climbed all those steps without breaking a sweat.
If you're going to torture me, just call them back and get on with it.
I'm not a torturer. You've done a lot. You've sacrificed your body for a cause, which is more than most people do.
Does he think she's part of the Harpies?
And you've helped the sons of the Harpy murder the Unsullied and the Second Sons.
The Unsullied and the Second Sons are foreign soldiers, brought here by a foreign queen to destroy our city and our history.
Well, that makes perfect sense.
So his little birdies have been
From your
talking.
perspective. Because that is the only way that I can make you and Dom happy.
Is that her partner?
I'm afraid I don't really speak the language. Such a handsome boy. Those big brown eyes. Good luck keeping the
Her
ladies
son.
away. You need to decide now. A new life for you and Dom.
I think his method is working.
What should we do while we wait? To pass the time, what should we do? What should we talk about? You speak 19 languages. You must occasionally use some of them to talk about things.
There, that's a start.
Only the girls.
Oh, no. Not that, of course not that. Innocent games, fun games, drinking games.
We do not drink.
Until you do.
He's trying so hard.
Right.
Where are we now?
Better,
Are we
No one's seen him.
in King's Landing?
He called us his little birds. He gave us sweets.
All I need in return are whispers.
He's going to do the same thing, huh?
Does he understand what we're saying? I mean, to the extent that he ever understood complete sentences in the first place.
Yep.
If someone is laughing at the queen who walked naked through the streets covered in shit, I want to know where they are.
Ah, just as evil as ever.
Can I help you?
Why?
Oh, who farted?
I was invited, my dear. I do appreciate these things can get a bit confusing in your family.
Is a small council meeting.
Same women who murdered Marcella have overthrown House Martell and taken control of Dawn. We've got a lot to discuss. All of us, together.
So they know about the overthrow.
And seeing as you cannot make us
The
leave,
coup.
we best get on with it.
Way to go, Cersei.
Best we can do is to help each other bring it out.
I wish Tommen was old enough to push things further. Are we going to get everybody this episode? One of the things I have been wondering is if we're going to see Gendril again.
And a half-brother, John.
And where are they now?
So why is she getting hit when
They
she's
may be
telling the
dead.
truth and when she's lying? Or are they just overlapping stuff?
She did and she did not.
She grew to like him.
Are you sure you're not forgetting someone?
Like her.
Which name would you like a girl to speak?
She passing the test? She's walking more sure-footedly. Don't know if that's a correct phrase. Everyone's died who's drank it before, correct? She's getting her eyes back. That's the only reason why they'd have her close her eyes.
Who are you?
No one.
No one.
Famously loyal to the Starks.
And you? Lockhart Stark?
So the Boltons, well, I
When
should
my
say
father became Warden of the
Bolton.
North, pledge your banners to House Bolton. Swear loyalty to me as Warden of the North, and we will fight together to destroy
What
the
makes him
bastards
think
and
with the
marauders
presentation he gave that he's going
I'm
to do
kissing
that?
your fucking hand.
Yeah.
Traditionally, a bannerman kneels. Why would I trust a man who won't honor tradition?
Your father honored tradition.
And you killed
Now
him.
it's for Robb Stark. And fuck oaths. I've got a gift for you.
Is Ramsay going to kill him? Is it Osha? Yep. Does that mean
I'm the boy. Nice
that's
and young.
Bran's brother?
The way Karstark likes them. Rickon Stark.
Is it the same actor?
How do I know that's Rickon Stark?
That's his wolf, isn't it? So we finally met Osha and Rickar. So this is going to be the final scene, isn't it, since we started with these guys? I was going to say, he hasn't given a speech yet, has he? Speech time.
But you, Lord Snow,
I've always
you'll be fighting their battles forever.
thought it weird when people are being executed, doing public executions, the ones that are not content, but resolved, so resolved about it. The young boy. Is he going to go through with it? I was going to say, he knows the one would do it again. He had no regrets. I thought it was more than 4 of them. Wasn't it like 6 or 7 of them? Is he making him Lord Command?
What do you want me to do with this?
Wear it.
So what's John going to do? Hi, baby girl. I guess if I lived in a world of public executions, which we actually do, death penalties have to be witnessed. But it's not quite the spectacle of this world or even in our history with whether it's hangings or beheadings or whatever it is. I would be the one that is going a little nutso and peeing on the ground and all of that kind of stuff. The closest representation of what would be me is from the Tudors, the lady in waiting that I forget her name, that kind of went a little crazy while she was in isolation. That one, that would be me, shaking, peeing, babbling, all of that. So the ones that are so resolved in their fate, like Anne Boleyn and Alistair and all of them, I don't get it. Even if I tried to put on a brave face, I couldn't. So even if I knew this was going to be it, this is the end, I'm dying one way or another, I couldn't do it. So it did get me worked up a little bit because of the weight. Got to be able to talk too. The weight that it put on John. They did a good job of illustrating that, I think. So now I wonder what he's going to do. And now I got to quit talking about that part of it, or I'm going to start crying. As far as, you want to purr for everybody? If they turn up their volume, they can hear you purring. Uh, okay, back to the show. So they kind of visited a little bit of everybody, I think. We didn't visit Sansa. I don't know if we're going to get more of Theon or not. But Osha is back and Rick, I'm just going to call him Rick. He's back. I don't know if it's the same actor or not. I think it is, but I'm not positive. It could be a different actor. But they're back, unfortunately, in the hands of Ramsay, which makes me wonder how long they're going to stay alive. I love Osha. I don't want her to die. Hopefully, nothing happens to her. I wonder if I don't know who the other guy is, but the guy that Ramsay was talking to, trying to get to Neil. I wonder if he knows that Osha is a wildling. Based on the way he was talking, I think he does know that she's a wildling, but who knows? I think she's the one that's at biggest risk of dying. I don't think they'll kill Rick because they can use him as leverage when John comes with the wildlings. If John goes to Winterfell, we don't know if he's going to. It makes sense that he would want to take his home back, but I don't know if he will. Especially since he said his watch is over, and it sounds like he's leaving the Night's Watch. So, in the tunnel, I don't know where that tunnel was going. Tommen, I wish he had some balls. He he's the opposite of Joffrey. Joffrey is very aggressive. Tommen is very passive. We need assertive. We need a halfway. We I'm tired of the High Sparrow and his religious cult. And yes, they're a religious cult. I want something to happen to them. So as far as Cersei getting back at them, I'm on board with that. However, she wants to kill everybody. So, she wants to kill all the people in Dorne. She wants to kill the sparrows, all the sparrows. She wants to kill, what was his name? Purcell, the one who was talking shit, the one who acts feeble. She probably still wants to kill Marjorie. She does that, she knows she'll lose Tommen, so I don't know how she'll go about that. But we've got Ari learning more and more and more. Her training is progressing, and it sounds like she's made it through the roughest part, maybe, hopefully. She's got her sight back, so we'll have to see. I'm ready for her story to advance past the training. I'm ready for it to go further. I want her to start interacting with the world again. We didn't see Brienne. We didn't see Sansa. We didn't see Theon. Anybody else that we're missing? We haven't seen Theon's sister, who's supposed to be. Oh, she's mourning her father. She's going to fight to be the leader of the Ironborn. But we don't know if she knows that her uncle is in town and that her uncle is the one that killed her father. Other storylines. Do we have any other storylines? We saw a whole bunch in this one. A lot of progressing things forward. Ma, ma, the red woman, Melisandre. I couldn't remember how to say her name. She is now going to be whispering in John's ear, which I don't know if John will put up with it. He's kind of baffled by everything anyhow. I don't think he'll feel obligated to her, but who knows? I think he likes Davos, and Davos, for the most part, gives some sound advice. So we'll have to see what happens with there. But I imagine Davos is going to stick with John, wherever John's going. And the wildlings, I imagine, will also follow John. I did love the interaction between John and the redhead guy, the ginger. I still haven't learned his name. He's not Manser. Manser was the one that John gave mercy to, right? I think that's correct. Yeah, that's a lot of rambling. A lot of rambling for the end of this. So, yeah, we're over an hour. I always hate editing the ones that are over an hour. They always seem to take longer, don't they, baby? Yeah. let's go ahead and get on to the next episode. Thank you all for joining me on this one. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.